Hey, it's Travel Gigolo, and this is a review of Twee Rivieren campsite at the Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park. The Twee Rivieren campsite is located right next to the Twee Rivieren gate, which is the gate into the Transfrontier Park if you're coming from the South African side. Basically, because it's such a long distance from anywhere, then Twee Rivieren is probably your best bet to start your camping experience in the Kgalagadi. Note that the campsites are not pre-allocated, so when you get there, it's pretty much first come, first serve in terms of choosing your campsite. The campsites are suitable for almost any kind of setup, so you can have a caravan or a trailer, or just plonk your tent on the ground, or have a rooftop tent. Some of the sites have a basic wooden structure to provide a bit of shelter. However, this is not the case for all the sites. When you book, you can choose between a campsite with electricity and a campsite without electricity. We stayed at a campsite with electricity. Each of these campsites has an electric socket as well as an electric lamp. Importantly, the sockets are for caravan plugs, so you must make sure that you have an adapter. You can of course buy one at the shop as well. Unlike the other campsites at the Kgalagadi, the Twee Rivieren campsite electricity is on 24 hours. Many of the sites have concrete tables as well, which is pretty convenient. Each site also has a tap with potable water as well as a dustbin for your rubbish. There's also a kitchen with a microwave and facilities to wash your dishes. There is a laundry area, however there were no washing machines in there, just a set of clothing lines outside to dry your clothes. Ablution facilities are basic but adequate and functional. We found them to be very clean and in good repair in the time that we were there. So this consists of a set of showers and toilets, and there are facilities for handicapped people as well. One of the really cool things about this campsite and other campsites in the park is that they have swimming pools. So that's a really great thing to have, especially when it's nice and hot in the summertime. Temperatures here do get to over 40 degrees Celsius. That's a really great thing to have. There's a well-stocked shop, which is a good thing because it's quite a drive to get anywhere. So you'll find all your basics in the shop, and things like charcoal and wood and ice and drinks and snacks and so on. There is a restaurant as well, but it was closed at the time that we were there. Twee Rivieren also has a fuel station with petrol and diesel, and very conveniently there's also a facility to pump your tires. So that's pretty cool because you can pump your tires after you've been driving around in the park with your tire pressure down. A recent addition to Twee Rivieren is a viewing hide with a watering hole. It's positioned on the northern boundary right at the end of the chalets, so it's about a 400-meter walk to get there from the campsite. There wasn't any clear signage on how to get there, so you could easily miss it if you don't know about it. We didn't spend much time there, but it's pretty cool that it looks down onto the watering hole, and that watering hole is lit at night. It's quite unusual that it rains in these arid areas. However, this year around on our trip to the Northern Cape, it was unusually wet in many of these places. So if you see that rain is likely, I do suggest that you set up camp on the high side of the camping area because there aren't proper drainage provisions. In the summer, the gates open at 5:30 a.m. and close at 7:30 p.m. In the winter, they open at 7 a.m. and close at 6 p.m. and that changes as you go through the seasons through the year. As with most arid areas, it's important to look out for scorpions at night. So make sure you wear closed shoes after dark. We had absolutely no issues with animals at the campsite, however there are birds which might scavenge if there is an opportunity. So what kind of camper is this for? Pretty much for anybody that's going to come camping. You don't need any particular special gear. So what do you need to bring with you? Well, really nothing special. There's electricity, there's water, there's a shop with your basic stuff that you can buy there. I suppose you should probably bring the sort of food that you want to eat, but other than that, pretty much everything that you need you will find at the campsite or at the shop. So would I recommend Twee Rivieren? Absolutely, it's a great campsite. I think it has all the basics. It's very nicely kept and clean and everything works. It's a cool spot to camp. And it's also a good stopover if you're making your way to Nosop or Matamata, which are the other camps which are deeper into the park. So I hope you found this informative. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment below as well, and please subscribe if you haven't already. It's great to get that support from you guys. And until the next episode, go everywhere, see everything, have a great time.